That's the only thing I have to say.
Any
Do
questions?
you have any questions? Yeah.
I know in the book, Band of Brothers, he referred to it as establishing a base of fire, then moving underneath it. Especially at Normandy Beach, Winther talks about that. Is they would establish a base of fire and then move quickly.
Yeah, you'll have a few of them firing and the rest of them running under it and into the target. See?
So that's what you're saying? Should be moving under it in the flanking positions, or should be moving straight on?
Straight on, straight on. And this small area here, where you will sweep it with 2 squads, you can go through there, you know, in a line and kill everything in it in 30 seconds. And do not pass up anything that's breathing. Kill it. Because if you don't, the next guy comes along, he'll put a grenade in his back pocket. So you don't pay attention, you don't wound, you kill. And you have to realize this, that those countries over there that we were fighting in, France and in Holland, had been under occupation from 3.5 to 5 years. And a lot of those young women had married German soldiers and bore children by them. And they also had been, the German soldiers had fathered the children of these women, stepdads, you know, and this and that. So their alliance was with the Germans, not with the paratroopers that were jumping in. You have to treat everything on the ground as your enemy until you reach your objective. Don't take prisoners or don't let anyone wounded lay around. Kill them.
Could you tell us a little bit about your Pathfinder drop into Bastogne?
When I made the invasion of Normandy as demolition saboteur, I did the same thing in Holland as demolition saboteur. And when we came back from England, to England from France, I received a 7-day pass, and when my 7 days was up, my desires and my money wasn't out, so I stayed another 7 days. When I came back out of Holland, we fought for 78 lousy days up in Holland. And when I came back out of Holland, my big reward was a 72-hour pass into the city of Mormelon. The city of Mormelon was a real small town, and it was adjacent to our camp. You stand with 1 foot in Mormelon, the other, and then pass in the city of Mormelon. And we had lost 70% up in Holland, and they brought in all kinds of new replacements from recruits stateside. These were young men who had never had much opportunity in foreign living. And there were about 10 cat shops and about 10 bars in the city of Mormelon, and they were lined up 3 abreast. You couldn't see the end of the line in front of each one of these establishments. So I told the boy that was with me, I said, well, I'm gone. I'm going AWOL. I said, if you go to the end of the line and wait your turn, you won't even get close enough to wink and fall over me over here. So I said, I'm gone. And I took off for about 10 days. When I came back in, they put me under arrest and order and came in and asked me how would I go to England. And I said, is that where y'all are going to hang me? Is it England? And they said, no, we would like to volunteer for parachute pathfinder duty. Normally they lost 80 to 90% on each mission. And the casualty rates were so high that they could not assign you to it, but they could make it attractive for you to volunteer. And I thought in my own mind, this was in early December, see, and I didn't foresee the Battle of the Bulge. I didn't know that it was about to happen. But I thought the war was about over with, and I thought I could volunteer in the Pathfinder service. I'll be stationed at Shaw Grove Air Force Base outside of Oxford, England, about 8 miles. And that was the biggest university over there, and there was more women and more whiskey right there and less fighting than anywhere in Europe. I thought that'd be a good place to do a bunch of undergraduate work, you know. So not foreseeing the Battle of the Bulge, I volunteered for it, thinking I'd never jump again. And some of the boys came around and asked me, you know, why I would do it, and I told them. And 5 more of them volunteered with me, plus my lieutenant. There was 6 of us went into it. We weren't in there but about 10 days till the Battle of the Bulge started. They moved the 101st Airborne into the city of Bastogne. There were 7 major networks of roads coming into it, 3 rail lines and good communication facilities. the Germans had to have it in order to make a success out of the Battle of the Bulge. And they moved the 101st Airborne in there by truck on December the 17th. And with the orders to stay and fight to the last man, not retreat an inch, just till the 20,000 of them were dead. The longer they could hold it, the better opportunity they had to defeat the Battle of the Bulge. They stayed in there, and by December the 22nd, they were down to around 10 rounds of ammunition per man. They didn't have any medicine left. They were poorly clothed, poorly fed. Everything was pretty drastic. And they called a pathfinding unit in Shaw Grove Air Force Base, and I took 2 plane loads of pathfinders in there on the 23rd. We jumped in about 9 o'clock in the morning. By 10:30, they had, while we were in flight, they had 1,000 C-47s rendezvousing over France, waiting to see if I could get a signal to them. I got a signal to them. They were in there within an hour. And in 3 days, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, they dropped in 144,000 tons of ammunition and gasoline, the things we needed. So I made that jump in there. That was my airborne operation as a pathfinder at the city of Bastogne. And I thought that was it. I thought I'll never have to jump again. But about a month later, to get the date on this, there was the average lifetime of combat paratroopers in Europe at that time was 1.5 jumps. So I had 3 jumps in already, twice my average. And I thought they'll never ask me to jump again. But a little later, on Friday, February the 13th, they asked me to jump in the middle of the Siegfried Line to the 90th Division. And we jumped in there on Friday, February the 13th. 2 of us survived that made 4 combat jumps out of approximately 60,000 men that went through the 101st Airborne Division. Is there any other questions? Now, let's run this on the KISS. You know, keep it simple, stupid. You're not addressing Schwarzkopf or anyone like that.